So for this question, they're asking me to calculate the correlation with an outlier and without an outlier. So I've got this data selected. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it into a spreadsheet. And then I'm going to calculate the correlation. So with outlier, I guess I could have broken that out. So I'm going to do equals correlation. So correl is what Google Sheet uses. And remember, in Google Sheets, it wants to have the Y first, then the X. And that's a correlation with the outlier included, a very low correlation. Now, pretty weak association between pretty weak linear association between this data. Now, I probably should take a look at the scatter plot of this data, because it's obvious to look at the scatter plot of your data first. So I'm going to insert, let's see, that's the scatter plot. I believe so. And as you can see, actually, let me customize it just a bit, get rid of that legend, because that's messing up my eyes. I'm going to go with no legend. And then I can see, if I insert the scatter plot, I can see that that point is pretty clearly an outlier. It's pretty far away from all the rest of the data. And that's what's causing this relationship to be so low. So I'm going to remove that, since they're asking me to. And if I click on it, and let's see. I think in Excel it actually tells you the data point. But what we can do is, let's look at this. Let's see, that has an X value that's way above 200. So yes, that 232 is the outlier. So I'm going to delete that. And then I'm noticing, what am I noticing? It's still a pretty weak relationship, pretty weak linear relationship, almost no association, but I could probably be convinced that this is kind of like a positive association because of that one. So without the outlier, nice if I could spell. Nope, Google Sheets is too smart for me. Finish my word. So outlier, and I'll do the same thing. Equals correlation. So correl. Highlight my Y's. Comma. Highlight my X's. Enter, and that's those two answers. Oh, seriously, is it the same? How did that happen? Oh, that's because I deleted it. Oh, that's why. Yes. So you know what I'm going to do? I am going to do this. Here. I'm going to copy and paste this data down below. I'm going to remove that outlier. Then I'm going to calculate the correlation of that. So equals correlation. Comma, and the Y's. And I see a little bit different, a little bit weaker correlation. So that actually, that outlier was an influential point, because it pretty drastically changed the, well, I don't know, did it really drastically? I mean, it's basically a correlation coefficient of 0. And all I did by removing that is make it even closer to 0. So I don't know if there's a lesson to be learned there other than how to do this and eliminate the correlation. Eliminate the outlier to recalculate the correlation. Okay, so hopefully that helps you with this. Hopefully your data is a little nicer and looks a little more dramatic.